The steam seems to be helping these knots. If it would only stop the racing of my heart. What are you up to today? Typical Monday. Meeting with the CEO over at White Memorial to review the short list of candidates for their new ER director. But I'll be home early to start cooking for tonight, unless you want to cancel. Cancel what? Then I remembered, said, "No, that's fine," hoping he hadn't realized that I had forgotten March was our month to host film night. It was a tradition that started in the Justice family years ago and now included Aubrey and my family's cut-em-low critique of new and classic movies. Did we decide on a movie? I've got that handled. You need to call your lieutenant. My heartbeat accelerating way past the legal limit. I rubbed my left eye to stop its spasmodic dance. I will, later. If you do it now, I can drop you off downtown. As encouraged as I was about this new development in the search for Ngala, my boyfriend driving me to work was just about the last thing I needed. I can drive myself. In what? It was Aubrey's way of chastising me about not picking up my car from the Parker Administrative Building since wrapping up that case on Wednesday. I had put it off, saying I had been given a few days off to get some rest and was planning to take ultimate advantage of it by not doing battle with LA's hellacious traffic. But now it was Monday, and I had run out of excuses for not picking up my car, for not going back to my office in the PAB, for not telling Aubrey the truth. I can catch a cab. Don't be silly, Charlotte. I'll walk the dog while you get dressed and check in with your lieutenant. Then I'll drop you off myself, okay? I half turned and gave Aubrey the smile he was expecting. Sure. A half hour later, we were headed for the PAB, rounding a hill on the interchange that would take us past Chinatown and into the belly of the Civic Center beast. Your lieutenant say if he was sending you up north to interview that Ngala kid? On our left sat one of the taller buildings in Chinatown, as silent and ominous as a grave. He wasn't sure. I started fiddling with the radio. They might get somebody else to do it. But you worked that case with Steve Firestone and Gina Cortez. I would think that with both of them out. Perspiration pricking at my armpits, I found a station playing jazz and turned it up, trying to get lost in a Billie Holiday song. Lieutenant Kenneth Stobaugh had caught me at my house in the Fairfax district that Friday 8 months ago. It was a sweltering July evening, and the city's nerves were still humming from the Rodney King riots, every minor dust-up fraught with the potential to spark and scorch the wings off the City of Angels once again. I was on call for the third time that summer, after solving the homicide of Cinque Lewis, leader of the militant Black Freedom Militia, who disappeared after gunning down my husband and baby daughter years before. I hadn't caught a case since returning to duty, which was fine with me, given I was still nursing physical injuries from the riots, and a psyche that craved doses of single malt scotch, despite the ministrations of the department's Behavioral Sciences Services, or what the guys on the street called bullshit shrinks. But I was pressing my luck to think I could escape what those same guys called the busy season in a city that was home to over 400 homicides a year. Those kinds of statistics affected everyone, even a specialized division like robbery homicide, which was assigned only the highest profile or most complex homicides that floated up from the city's ever-growing cesspool of crime. "It's a madhouse down here," Stobaugh said, by way of preparing me. Chuck Zakari and a couple of his dinner companions were shot in front of the Oviatt building on Olive near 6th. I put down my glass of Cragganmore and shook my head to focus. I'm familiar with the location. 4 years before, my parents had thrown me a 35th birthday party at Ristorante Rex, the pricey restaurant on the ground floor of the Oviatt, but I didn't tell my lieutenant that. Who's Zakari? CEO and chairman of CZ Toys, headquartered down in Irvine. And he's ours because he's chairman of an ultra-conservative wing of the Republican Party down in Orange County. The governor's office has already been notified by the chief.